What is going on, YouTube? It is my favorite time of year for Yu-Gi-Oh! The release of the Mega Tins, which take a calendar year's worth of core Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets, reprint them at different rarities, including the Prismatic Secret rarity, as well as some new cards that are usually at least meta-relevant for several months on end, if not for an entire year, and package them up and sell them at a very low price. This year's tins are based on the pharaohs' gods, completing the Egyptian tablet from the anime. These gods are Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra. They are some of my favorite cards in the game. Hopefully we'll see some actual representation of them in the tins themselves, not just on the tins themselves. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about what might be in these. What sparked me was this post right here. So as you can see, I posted on Reddit a little while ago asking people for their predictions. Now, I got a lot more comments than I thought, 102. So I want to go through and look at some of these, just to kind of see what the general consensus are, look through the sets that are going to be reprinted, what money cards might come back, and really just take a look through and see kind of what the community thinks might be in these. So first up, Diviner of the Herald, I think is pretty much guaranteed. I think it was actually confirmed. It's important to know, after I posted this, a couple hours later, this post came up. I'll be honest, the image quality isn't perfect. The site they pulled from just didn't have a high quality. OP did great. Let's see who it is. Vault Hunter EXE. But he posted this. It's a new promotion for some of the cards that are going to be in there. So obviously you see Diviner of the Herald, branded opening, which has spiked in cost. Actually, when I first got it, I got it for like $7 or $8. Though it went up to like 15, which is pretty expensive for a set of 3, and now it's at like 4 or 5 because the reprint got announced. So we'll see how that is. Love, hopefully it's getting a rarity bump. I think a little bit higher than Super would be nice, considering how valuable the card is inside the branded strategy. Armed Dragon level 10, getting a reprint, always nice. DPE, or Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, getting a reprint is huge. I did not expect that to happen. Genuinely. I thought it was going to get skipped. We'll go back to my post here in a second, but I really thought there was no way. And finally, a trap that we don't know. I actually can't get a really good image. If we kind of zoom in here, we'll see if we can get even closer to show you what it looks like, but you can't really, it's too pixelated. You can't really see anything, which is unfortunate, but you know, I guess it is what it is. Hopefully we'll see some openings in the next couple days. Probably Friday the 2nd is my prediction. It's currently the 31st of August. So we see the Dark Magician Girl. We knew this was coming. The 3 arts that are getting reprinted are Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and Dark Magician Girl. The Blue Eyes and Red Eyes look very strange. I do like them. I'm going to at least run one of the Blue Eyes. It's from the manga, not a card art, but when the card first appears. I believe same with Red Eyes and Dark Magician Girl, but I've not read that far. Anyways, I'm very excited for all of this. Now, let's get back to some predictions. So a lot of people are predicting Diviner of the Herald, which is now confirmed. We knew that. I think people were pretty commonly suspicious because it's getting printed in the Mavens set, M-A-V-E-N-S, I believe is correct, which comes out in December, so people weren't exactly hype. I've seen Halakti or Harakti, depending on how it gets localized, be teased a lot. It's the fusion of the 3 Egyptian gods. It's only ever come out in Japan. I think this is a really good set for it to come in, but I don't know. I think it'll be a while if it ever comes, which is the big thing. I don't think it's playable, like legally. I don't think it's playable. It might be. It's not great because of the requirements of getting all 3 Egyptian gods. Unless we get support in this set for the Egyptian gods, which would be really cool. I don't see it coming. I'm sorry. I really doubt that it's gonna make it. Next up, I think this is probably the most commonly desired one, is Pot of Prosperity. Prosperity is an amazing card. It is amazingly expensive right now. Actually, if we take a look at it, I've got it pulled up right here. 108, what's the average price? We can take a look. $100 basically for a single instance. This is not the, this is not the Starlight. This is the standard, the secret. $100. I mean, it's really good. Being able to banish cards that you get to choose from your extra deck is huge. Obviously, excavating cards from your hand to your deck is really important, and placing them at the bottom is not as big of a deal as you'd think. I mean, it's a huge deal. I understand why people want it so bad. It's pretty much good for every every strategy, and it can be pretty much played in there. It's a much more flexible pot of greed than we've seen previously, so I don't blame people for wanting it. I don't think it's coming. This set's too packed already, and I'll show you why here in a sec. It's really, really stacked, so I'd be surprised if it made it. Blue Eyes and Dark Magician would be really cool. We're getting a Blue Eyes art. We're getting Dragoon. Love to see a little bit more. I know people are upset about that and don't like it. I love Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. I love Blue Eyes especially, so if they want to throw more support to it, be my guest. I am all for it, full train ahead. There aren't too many money cards in the last core sets. That's, I think, wrong. At least there were pretty money cards back here before people got confirmed. Diviner of the Herald plus Drytron cards, probably. Well, I think a lot of Drytrons got printed in the last Megatins. We could get some of like the Field Spell. We could get some of the boss monsters maybe. But most of them are already printed, so I don't think. Pot of Prosperity, not going to happen. Access code, I really don't think access code is coming. That's the other one people want, and I don't blame them. I think this is where I had it pulled up. Yeah, access code, the secret rare, the original is 95. Even the El Dorado one is up to $55. The market price is 60. Yeah, I mean, it's a great card. Goes in most every deck that can summon a lot. I don't think it's coming. It would be really cool if it was. That would make the set even more valuable. It's already incredibly valuable, and we'll go through some of the guarantees here in a sec. But this is probably the most stacked set that I can think of in terms of bang for your buck. If you're not a huge like Yu-Gi-Oh pack opener, Yu-Gi-Oh pack buyer, the 10s are where I'd say go hard. They're the most value. They're the highest one. I'm going to get probably like 3 or 4. I might open them on camera. I prefer buying singles, but if you like to open packs, I recommend this is where you do it. Close you. Lightning Storm would be good. I think it's already confirmed. We'll take a look at the confirmed cards here in a sec and then the sets. But Lightning Storm would be crazy. It's from King's Court, and it was really hard to get in King's Court. It was very short printed. So it'd be a great card to have. Prosperity people want. Baron de Fleur is out. I agree with this one right here. It's out of question because it came from Synchro Storm, and that's not one of the sets that are going to be reprinted. Masquerade would be huge. That's my number one hope, I think, of cards that aren't confirmed is Masquerade. I have one. I'd love a second one. It's such a good burn strategy inside of that branded deck, and I love the branded deck. It's one of my favorite meta decks, I think. Brave Engine would be really cool. Don't think that's coming. I don't know about Mo Yi. I'll have to take a look at some of the sets that are going to be reprinted, which we're going to do in a sec. I don't think Mo Yi is coming. Oh, it's confirmed for Mavens, so, I mean, not likely. Brave Engine's probably not going to happen, though. It came out in Grand Creators, which is it's not a core set, so I don't think it's going to come. It'd be cool if it did. It's a really good engine, but it's not seeing as much play as I think people wanted to as well, so I'm iffy on that one. Sword Soul reprint, probably going to happen. I think Sword Soul is going to be a huge set this year, the same way like Emancipators were last year. I think Sword Soul is going to be a big one. It's going to be one of the big draws for the set. It's a really good strategy, so I think it's going to come. Manga Arts High Rarity, hopefully not. I'm thinking Super is my guess. Hopefully not Common. I don't want Common. I think I'd be down for Super, Ultra, probably not Prismatic because I don't want them taking up the Prismatic slot, but I'd be cool if it was. Drytron reprints, I don't know how they're hard to get. Yeah, so like I'm not crazy. They reprinted in the 2021 10. So maybe the spells. Drytron, is it Drytron Opening? Drytron Nova is the one I want to see reprinted. It's kind of the money card of the set. Would love to see that, as well as some of like the other non-Drytrons. Tri-Brigade Kit and Bear Brum. Yeah, I could see Kit being reprinted. That makes sense to me. It's about time. That makes sense. We'll take a look here in a sec. DPE, we did get. Not access code. That's right. Egyptian God Slime, not going to be in this set. It'll be in one of the Legendary Duelists, but I don't think it's going to get reprinted in this one. Would love for it to, because I think it's like $40. Let's take a look here. We've already seen access code. I'm pretty sure Egyptian God Slime is like 40 or $50. Yeah, $41 here. What's the market price? First edition versus online, it's the same. Okay, so 45, 40, whatever. That makes sense to me. Sword Soul reprint's gonna happen. Generic Divine support. Would love. I have a really cool idea for some ways to support the Egyptian gods to make them not necessarily viable, but maybe like splashable into certain strategies. I think one of them would be like if you could tribute by shuffling or banishing things in your graveyard. That'd be really cool. But it's never gonna happen. They don't really go full send on anything that isn't Dark Magician. Despia Fusion reprints would be huge. I've seen some of them have gotten pretty expensive, which we'll take a look at in a sec. I was surprised by that. I did not think they were going to be that high. Cordis is like $10, and Cordis I barely use inside it. Sword Soul reprints. This one says it's been leaked. That's not a real leak. Diviner is there. Hopefully one of the three gets support. I'm really hoping for it's like the Egyptian gods. We'll see. Dark Magician DPE is not. Why would it be in that set? Okay. Harakti, whatever. Yeah, it would be cool to see it come. I think it's time. We'll see. I doubt it, but Elemental Hero Gastrish Soldier would be interesting. Adding a little bit more to like the actual heroes without doing just a reprint. I think it'd be really interesting. Tri-Brigade Kit would be cool. Ooh, Guardian Chimera is not coming. That was in Battle of Chaos, which is a set that would be perfect to reprint inside this 10. I really think it's the one that, like, it's at the cutoff because it went Burst of Destiny, then Battle of Chaos. If the Battle of Chaos set was in here, that'd be insane. Not only because of like the quality of cards, obviously, you know, your Illusion of Chaos, your Guardian Chimera are the money cards, but like there's some just really cool stuff in there. All the Blue Eyes and Dark Magician support I love. The next year's 10s are going to be, I think, insane, just because it's going to be hype and nostalgia, because you're going to get all those like reprints of like the Blue Eyes support, the Dark Magician support, all that cool stuff is going to be in the next 10s. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really hoping the gods really get to shine here. I think, I mean, obviously you can see that I love the Egyptian gods. I hope it becomes like their year. So here's what we know. We know the tablet is going to depict Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra. We don't know if Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra are going to be in the 10s. And to some degree, I hope they are. To some degree, I hope they aren't. We did just get the Egyptian god structure decks, where Slifer and Obelisk got ultra rare printings. So if they do come in, would love to see something like those should be the prismatic cards. Objectively, I think if they're going to give Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra a printing, they should be prismatic. I would like alternate arts. I'm a sucker for the originals because I love the show. But I think if they're going to, let's put them as prismatic. With Ra in particular, there's some cool stuff they could do. First off, Sphere Mode should be in this set. This is the perfect set for all the god support, including Sphere Mode, which is by far the best version of Ra that exists in the game. Immortal Phoenix would be really cool. Ra obviously would be really cool, and then of course the other two. I'd love to see something else where we got some like true spell cards to support them outside of like Mound of the Bound Creator, which is good. I mean, it's a good card. It's not enough, and we really need more than just like Fist of Fury and Thunder Force Attack, which are cool board wiping techniques. But I'd like to see actual support used to get them out on the field. Soul Crossing is a good card, but we need more. Make them searchable, make them summonable, make them usable in a modern format. So here's what's confirmed. Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician Girl, those alternate arts, which we can look up. You know, I was hoping I could just Google this and it would show up quick, but now it's being a pain in the butt. So here's the artwork we're going to get. It's this. It's all from the manga. So like when Blue Eyes is first summoned, that's what it looks like. I think the same with Red Eyes, and then Dark Magician Girl, I'm sure, is the same. But these are the arts. I like them. They're not quite as iconic for me because I got into the manga way later. I've been reading it recently. But it is really cool to see. So that's cool. But we also get like actually cool things. So Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, it's becoming really relevant right now, especially with Sprite taking over, because it's really good against Sprite. Ash Blossom is always going to be a good card. What is Ash Blossom's like lowest printing right now, I wonder? Ash Blossom and Joyous Sprite. Actually, let's just do Ash Blossom. Lowest printing, lowest is $18. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, no, it should be reprinted. That's good. It's crazy that it's that low after being announced. That's insane. Lightning Storm. Okay, Lightning Storm is there. That's good. Nibiru is always really good. I thought it was in the last 10s, but I could be wrong. Forbidden Droplet is huge. That's such a good card. I don't know how relevant it is right now, but it's so good. And then Dragoon is also huge because Dragoon is so expensive. It's gone down in price, but I I mean, it's still like, yeah, $44 for a card. I mean, that's expensive for most people, considering how much it was hyped up, and it was like the card of like set 2 years ago, and it's only had one real printing. Because like, I'm gonna be honest, Starlight printing does not count, and it's from the 2010, so that's 2 years ago. In 2 years, it's had one printing of a card that people want. That's huge. It's up to, oh my god, that's so expensive. Okay, yeah, so definitely excited for that one. Let's go through the sets now, starting with Blazing Vortex. Now, this is before I really got into it, into Yu-Gi-Oh, because I got into it like last year or so. It's interesting that Pot of Prosperity's lowest value card is more expensive than these Starlights. I mean, Armed Dragon level 10, I know is cool for a lot of people. I don't know a ton about the Armed Dragons. I think it's maybe in the show after I got out. And then Heavenly Zephyr. Wow, that's, you never see a secret rare worth more. I think the tier limit field spell is still below the secret rares right now. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. I don't see why that couldn't get reprinted. That makes sense to me. Kit, same way. That is crazy. Holy crap. It goes from $30 to $4. Like, that's insane. So, not a lot here. I'm super excited. A lot of Armed Dragon stuff. Yeah. Greater Polymerization. I don't even know what Greater Polymerization does. Fusion summon one monster from your extra deck using 3 or more monsters from your hand or field. And if you do... Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I see why it doesn't get used. It's not as searchable, but I'm going to have to... I'll be excited if I pull that. That'll be cool. Eldritch, Mad Golden Lord, $1. Sorry, I know people get, like, they don't understand. I go by the lowest cost, because ultimately if you're playing for something, it does need to be expensive. So this set is not... I mean, I'm seeing nothing that's, like, still relevant. Tri-Brigade kind of is, but aside from that, I mean... Yeah. I really hope this isn't where they pull most from. They always pull, like, they always pull really heavy from one set. This is not the one to do. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World would be cool to pull. I wonder if she's going to be a prismatic. You can use one monster your opponent controls. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's a good card. It would be cool to see some reprints, but I don't know. That's not a great one. Alright, what's next? Lightning Overdrive? Okay, Diviner is the most expensive. It's the money card. Ruddy Rose Dragon is pretty big right now for Dragon Link. My buddy used this on me to get a very cheap win. A win's a win. I'm not really upset, but it's annoying. It's good. I didn't realize Albion was from this set. Maybe because mine, I think, was from... They put one in the structure deck, I think, because I don't think I paid $10 for Albion. What's the other version? Is it from the structure deck? Am I crazy? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I mean, it'd be cool to see this one get reprinted because I want a different rarity. But that's cool. That makes sense. Such a good card. Mew Beta Fafnir, one of my favorite cards. Hoping to get another one of these in the set. That'd be big for you, boy. Dark Honest. I mean, this is doing well in terms of, like, money. White Knight of Dogmatica. I don't know a ton about the Dogmatica ritual stuff. Dogmatica Calamity. That's not great. I guess time really shows how poorly a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards age. Or at least Yu-Gi-Oh sets, I guess. They just don't age the best. Like, War Rock Meteoragon. Some Zexal stuff. Ranka. Oh, Branded in White. Oh, that's not... It's not great. Yeah. That's the time you hit page 2, it's never good. So, you know, there's gonna be some bottom stuff in here. Dawn of Majesty, I think, is where I really started. So I'm really, like, I have a lot of, like, fondness in my heart for the set. Iris Sword Soul would be huge. Holy crap, $500 for Starter. I mean, I know Stardust Dragon's iconic, but okay. Yeah, Despine Cordis. Okay, low is $10. Dang. Yeah, Cordis is a big reprint. It's It's a good card. It's necessary. It's well, not necessary. It's good in the branded strategy, which is why it's so high. I think otherwise, I don't think it would be that high. Alibert, How the Mighty Have Fallen. Let's look back, see if we can pull back like 6 months, and just see how high it was at its height. $141, and it is now 13. Sorry, that's yeah. I mean, it might get reprinted, might not. Who cares at this point? It's cheap enough. Branded opening. Branded opening did get announced. It was part of that image I showed earlier. Let's see how much it was before that. It was $20. Yep. So that's pretty big. That's going to be great for a lot of people. Ready Fusion. I don't know why this one's so high. I mean, it seems cool. I'm sure there's a way to abuse it that I've just not come across. But, yeah, I don't know. Iris Sword Soul will be big. That's going to be a big pull. I don't think she was in... No, she's only had 1 printing. So that's... I assume Iris Sword Soul would be in there. That'll be a good one. Really, the Sword Soul strategy in general should be in this, I think. Dramaturge is down. Nothing really much there. I hope a lot of Sword Soul cards are in here. I think that's going to be important. Albion, of course, probably is going to be in there. Finally, Burst of Destiny, which is the best set of all of them. We're going to take a look at, obviously not the Starlights. I think the only one that could be reprinted in here, actually 3, because you can have Ecclesia, Flowunderies and Snow, and Grandmaster Shizhao. All of those could be reprinted. That would make sense to me. Then we got DPE, which is down to $30. Wow, it was at what? Let's go pull back 6 months before Verte got banned, and it was 110. So Mighty fallen a little bit, but still, I mean, it's still expensive card. $30 for 1 card is a lot to ask. Small World would be huge. That's heard it. Now I don't know a ton about Lord of the Heavenly Prison. I don't know how I've not seen this. That's crazy. Yeah. That's a good card. Incredible Ecclesia, I expect to see in there. We got Dogmatica Ecclesia, the last one, so Incredible makes sense. That one's gone down in price because when I bought it, I had traded in a lot of stuff. It wasn't 62, but it was must have been like right around here. Yep. I traded in stuff because remember it was $50. Flowunderies and Impin is a big one. The Flowundery strategy is huge, so I imagine that because it's still good. Like Sword Soul's still really good, but Flowunderies is still like topping. So Masquerade is a huge one. I am looking forward to this one getting reprinted because I don't want to spend $15 on another copy. I think I got it low, which is nice, but yeah, that's too much. Mo Yi would be really cool. However, it's in Mavens, so I don't know. Impin, really, if you can get the Flowundery strategy, or at least most of it in this set, you're gonna be doing pretty good. Xinjing, I think, could be in there. Shizhao, obviously. Emergence. Really, if we can get the Sword Soul stuff, that'd be really good. Branded in red is going to be a big one. Hopefully, it gets reprinted in there. I think it was in the structure deck, though. But it's crazy. I mean, looking between the two, World Code Dragon could be interesting. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. I mean, Ad Libitum is good. Though probably the one I'm going to cut. Rabina and Egg. Yeah, I mean, really, if we can get the Sword Soul stuff in there, we'd be sitting pretty. If we can get the Flowundery stuff and Sword Soul stuff, we're not going to be sitting pretty. We're going to be sitting as champion. How hard are they going to go into Burst of Destiny is my question, because it's the set. It's very top heavy. It's solid throughout. I'm hoping we get a lot of Burst of Destiny, but honestly, these 10s are shaping up to be like the best they've ever been. So if you agree, let me know. If you have any predictions, let me know that too in the comment section down below. And like we always say here on the channel, I hope to see you around sometime.